Have you ever noticed that the people who hurt you the most are often the same people who taught you the most valuable lessons? Think about that. Who betrayed you? Who doubted you? Who laughed when you failed? And more importantly, why are you still carrying them in your mind? You see, most people spend their lives fighting battles that ended years ago. They replay old conversations, old failures, old humiliations. They become prisoners of memories. And then they wonder why success never arrives. Let me tell you something most people will never understand. Your greatest enemy is not your competition. It is not your circumstances. It is not bad luck. Your greatest enemy is the version of yourself that refuses to move forward. I learned that lesson the hard way, because life doesn't reward potential. It rewards control. The man who controls his emotions controls his future. The man who doesn't becomes a slave to every setback, every insult, and every disappointment. Look around. Most people react to everything. Someone insults them, they react. Someone ignores them, they react. Something goes wrong, they panic. Their emotions are controlling them like strings on a puppet. And then they call it being human. No, being human is feeling the emotion. Being powerful is deciding what to do with it. There is a difference. Weak people think strength means aggression. Strong people understand that real power is restraint. The strongest man in the room is often the quietest one, because he doesn't need to prove anything. He already knows who he is. Ask yourself something. How much of your life is being wasted trying to convince people of your worth? How much energy have you spent seeking approval from people who have never built anything themselves? How many dreams have you delayed because you were afraid of criticism? Think carefully, because that answer might explain everything. Most people never become successful because they are addicted to comfort, not pleasure. Comfort. There is a difference. Pleasure comes and goes. Comfort becomes a prison. The alarm rings. They stay in bed. Opportunity appears. They hesitate. A difficult decision arrives. They avoid it. And every time they choose comfort, they weaken themselves. Not physically, mentally. Discipline is built in moments nobody sees. The world only notices the results. Nobody applauds the early mornings. Nobody celebrates the sacrifices. Nobody rewards the lonely nights spent working while others are sleeping. But eventually, everyone notices the outcome. That is why discipline is a private investment that pays public dividends. I remember watching people waste years chasing distractions. Always busy, never progressing. Always talking, never building. Always planning, never executing. They confused movement with progress. But motion means nothing without direction. A man can run all day and still be lost. Success is not about doing more. It is about eliminating what doesn't matter. Focus is a superpower. And in a world full of distractions, focus has become rare. Most people cannot sit alone with their thoughts for 10 minutes. They need noise, entertainment, validation, constant stimulation. Silence terrifies them. But silence is where clarity lives. Silence is where strategy is born. Silence is where you discover who you truly are. The moment you stop running from yourself, your life begins to change. Now let me tell you a secret. The world teaches people to chase confidence. That is the wrong target. Confidence is unreliable. Some days it is there. Some days it isn't. Discipline is different. Discipline shows up regardless of how you feel. And the people who win in life are not the most confident. They are the most consistent. They move when they feel motivated. They move when they feel tired. They move when they feel afraid. Because they understand a truth that most people never learn. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. Waiting to feel ready is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. Nobody feels ready. The successful simply move anyway. Every level of success demands a different version of you. The person you are today cannot create the future you want tomorrow. Something must change. Maybe your habits. Maybe your mindset. Maybe the people around you. But something has to go. Growth requires sacrifice. Always. The weak ask, "What do I gain?" The strong ask, "What must I become?" That question changes everything. Because success is not something you achieve. It is something you grow into. And growth is uncomfortable. It demands patience. It demands resilience. It demands the ability to keep going when there is no evidence that your efforts are working. Can you do that? Can you keep moving when nobody believes in you? Can you stay disciplined when there is no applause? Can you remain focused when distractions are everywhere? Because that is where champions are created, not in victory, in uncertainty. Anyone can stay committed when life is easy. Character reveals itself when life becomes difficult. Remember this quote: "A calm mind is more dangerous than a loud one." The world fears visible strength. But invisible strength changes destinies. The ability to stay composed under pressure. The ability to think clearly during chaos. The ability to remain focused while others are losing control. That is power. Real power. And once you develop it, nobody can take it away from you. Not failure. Not rejection. Not betrayal. Not loss, because your strength no longer depends on external circumstances. It comes from within. So from this day forward, stop asking life for easier challenges. Ask yourself for greater discipline. Stop demanding on motivation. Demand consistency. Stop seeking validation. Build self-respect. Because self-respect is earned through promises kept to yourself. Every time you follow through, you become stronger. Every time you quit, you teach yourself weakness. The choice is yours. Always. One path leads to excuses. The other leads to power. One creates regret. The other creates respect. And years from now, when you look back at your life, you will not remember how comfortable you were. You will remember what you conquered. So stand up. Control your mind. Master your emotions. Protect your focus. Build your discipline. And become the kind of person who does not need luck to succeed. Because when discipline becomes your identity, success is no longer a possibility. It becomes inevitable.